Mr. Church, I've heard you've been jonesing for your new comics.
Yes. New comics. I have hundreds of old comics that I haven't read
That
yet.
you can easily read.
Yeah, but I need that weekly dose, man, of new shit.
Yeah, I feel you. It's rough out there. What do you think is going to happen in the future here once the comic book market opens back up and Diamond, could distribute and everybody gets their new comics? What, do you think some will just quit?
You mean like
besides even talking about the indie comics or the lower end comics, like the more creative, not like kind of like the indie comics that might just go out of business because of this? What do you think about like just Marvel and DC? Do you think they're gonna DC? I heard was thinking about just quitting anyway.
Well, DC, there's been this rumor surrounding ever since the whole Time Warner, AT&T, whichever one bought
AT&T, I think.
Yeah. Whichever one bought the other one, there's always rumors about, DC, they just, shut DC down because, why? They already got these ideas for characters that they can use for movies and stuff. You don't really need any new ones. How much money does it actually make them and stuff like that? But then that always got turned to, they probably wouldn't just shut it down. They'd probably just license the characters out.
Yeah.
To different, there'd still it'd just be like Batman would be published by IDW or something instead of
that
DC,
could be interesting,
or DC / whatever, you know what I mean, and then just not actually going through the hassle. So I think the Marvel and the DC, I think they have enough back there to be fine. Image.
It's tough to say.
Might take a hit at first just because of I'm not showing how creators are getting paid and can take chances of doing their own things and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think eventually that would come back. But things like IDW and some of the smaller ones, I could see them having a lot of trouble getting back, and then just even how many stores are going to be around can buy the product at all,
That's true. The comic shops, a lot of local comic shops, I think, are going to close because of this. Because a lot of them are only doing enough business weekly to stay open.
Yeah.
Sad to say. Yeah, I think a lot of those indie comic stores and stuff are going to be struggling.
But I think a lot of the guys that we see at shows, I don't think will affect them. I think what maybe will affect them will be con seasons getting back up and running. Damn it. But actually because their actual stuff, because they are so just almost doing it themselves or small publishing anyways. You know what I mean? I don't see them probably getting affected too hard, other than maybe depending on what they do for work.
Their con money and stuff. But anything will just be a setback for a lot of people like that. Yeah, I think it's just kind of the middle tier, maybe the Source Point Press type of guys. Yeah. I think actually they'll probably be okay. But then again, most of their publicity and stuff comes from going to cons.
Yeah.
That's their big moneymaker, are all these shows. So it's tough to say. I would say I'm a little worried about some ongoing comic series that might just drop off, especially if the sales weren't that great to begin with. Because it's like you said, it's kind of... The market is not doing... That's what DC... the market doesn't make them a lot of money anyway. I mean, comics are always a niche thing. But with the movies out, everyone kind of thought there was going to be this big resurgence in comic sales. And for the most part, I don't think that happened too much.
No.
At least not the way they expected. It's still the people buying are the comic fans.
Well, the way that it should, Yeah. Because if you are a big fan of that kind of stuff, you should check out the comics because they're so much better.
Yeah.
The movies are always some kind of watered down version for the most part.
And usually some of them amalgam of random stories cobbled together from the comics.
Yeah. I saw a thing on Facebook today. I didn't get a chance to actually, check it because I was on a break at work. It looks like at the end of the end of April, beginning of May, I think some of the bigger companies like Marvel and DC are gonna try to distribute to the stores by different ways other than Diamond,
right?
Until Diamond gets back up and running. But the problem that is for places where we live, where things are on complete shutdown. I don't even think Colin's even allowed to be into his shop. You know what I mean?
Which I don't understand because why? Because I had a conversation with my brother about this. Why couldn't someone like Colin be able to go to a shop, Pittsburgh Comics, and just put orders together to mail out?
Yeah.
Like, I could even understand them not wanting to do the carry out because maybe they just want less people on the road and less people out and about. But there's no contact there if he's just mailing. He just, puts the package and... Because you can still order off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Like you were saying off air. Yeah, it might be delayed, but you can still get your stuff. I still get mail every day. So why... Like, you could order comics and stuff off of Amazon.
Yeah, I bought a trade and some random back issues of a Flash series off of My Comic Shop and got here, and I got it within like a week.
So how can they still function when they're just an online comic shop?
Yeah, or just even like let the people be like at their businesses, and like I could like send him an email with my card information and a list of books and be like, hey, each week charge me for like 3 of these books. You know what I mean? And then whenever you can open back up, I'll come and I'll pick them up then. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Just well, so everything was done in such haste that they just, everything shut down and blah, blah, blah. Now's definitely the time they can look at because they want to slowly reopen things. Do things like, I don't see why he can't do carry out. If you can go to a restaurant and pick up your food, what's the difference than picking up your books?
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble's still allowed to ship you books. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't see the difference. It hurts the local economy and they need to...
GameStop.
Yeah.
GameStop. I mean, you can go up there, you give them like the cash or your card information or whatever, and they take it and they bring it back and your stuff like that. Like, how's that any different?
I think the main thing is it's just since it's local businesses, they can't really fight it.
Yeah, they don't have like GameStop has like these chains and they're like big business that they can try to.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a real shit show. I don't want to dive in these waters too deeply.
It makes me mad because I'm always seeing things on Twitter and social media. It's like, do things to support, the comic book shops. And it's like, I want to, but in the area, because in some areas it's not as bad. There's not as strict on what you can and can't do. But like what we're at here in Pennsylvania is like they don't want us to do anything.
Yeah, you're just stuck.
We're about to have to like when you just go outside, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, starting Monday, it's mandatory that you wear a mask everywhere. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know how long they're gonna.
And like I don't want to go and like order things from these other stores that I know that are still open, because it's not that I don't want to support them too, but I want to support my places.
Yeah.
Like, I want my places to be back when this is over.
Yeah. Like, I just see a lot of comic shops I think they're going to go under. I mean, we already talked about bars and restaurants. There's like 50% they're talking about going under, but...
I mean, unless if they do, like, a ridiculous, like, rebate or, like, break on your rent or things.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous things like that.
Well, from what I understand they're doing now is doing a furlough, which, okay, like say you don't have to pay your house mortgage for 3 months. On the 4th, and you're out of work.
Yeah.
On the 4th month, you have to pay all 4 months. Fuck that. That's not helping anything.
I saw your video.
Yeah, that
was great.
That doesn't help anybody. Just tack it on the end.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do is just put it on the end of your mortgage. So you just add 3 months. Add 3 months to credit card bills and leases and everything. Like, just add 3 months. Don't... It's not... Like, you're still paying it. It's just you can't pay it all at once. Like, what? Everybody's just gonna lose their house all at once?
Well, like we always talk about like the concept of money is what is the worth that you put into it. Mm-hmm. So why can't like for 3 months? Why can't people just be like, you know what? For everybody, just
chill.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Nobody pays rent.
Just get your food. No mortgage, nothing.
Nothing. Like, and then just
it's greed.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Yeah, because. What might end up happening is if they really do pursue this, like all the people that owe their mortgages and can't pay it, well, no, we're taking your house, fuck you. I could just see everybody be like, well, fuck you, we're not paying rent, we're not paying mortgages. Because if everybody does it, then what happens?
Yeah.
Like, if nobody, none of us are paying our mortgages. Is the bank going to take everybody's house? I think they're going to get shot the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to say it's going to come.
There's a lot of people around here that wouldn't try to take their house.
It's going to be one of those, okay, well, you're going to have to get me out of the house.
Yeah, good luck.
I think people were ready to shoot each other over toilet paper. What are they going to do for their house?
that they were forced. The government forced them to stay home. It's not like they wanted to stay home from work. It's a shit show. I'm not looking forward to seeing how things go, but hopefully our local comic shops stay open. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Hey there, sexy ladies and mans and everyone else. This is
non-binary folks.
Your favorite creeps from the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast, which you're listening to right now in your ear holes. I'm your host, Caleb James. With me today, let me check my watch. Your name is... I have a fancy smartwatch.
Yeah, I see.
It's not my wrist that I'm looking at. Your name is Spencer, the Ethiopian emu ejaculator church. Ooh, that's gross, but somebody has to do that job. Yeah. We're gonna get more the emu population boosted. How do you ejaculate an emu exactly?
Like
you're not the inseminator, you're just the ejaculator.
Well, it might be like they do like a weird thing with like the horses, but they put him in like a prep thing, and until like he's about to go, and then that's like when they're like, hey, here's the real horse, so maybe...
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, and I'm no animal expert, but emus are a bird, and birds lay eggs, so that seems tricky.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their spooge is like. Speaking of spooge... Yeah, focus on the word spooge, ladies and gentlemen, because our episode today, and we think you'll like this one... Uh-oh, I lost it. Spencer? Hold on, I got the thing. Now, this was going to be a classy episode with lots of knowledge dropped on your heads about narration, but we're going to push that to next week because this one we are talking about the 21 weirdest examples of comic book sound effects. How do you feel about that?
I like it.
You like sound effects? I like sound effects. I actually looked up this article because in my adventure story that I just finished writing, my character shoves a dagger through somebody's head, and then I was trying to think of the sound when you pull it out.
Yeah.
And like that slurpy. Yeah. So I was trying to think of what that would be. And then I was like, I don't know. And I looked up like comic book sounds to try to find it. And I got sent down this wormhole.
See, my thing is like I can always think of like a cool sound effect, but it's like, how would I spell that sound effect? Like
exactly. I was hoping somebody would find it for me. I don't remember what I think I got like thunk or I don't know, something not right. I'll fix that in editing. This is brought to you by our British friends over at whatculture.com. I'm not going to read the introduction. We're just going to go into this because, there's really no...
Yeah, it's a weird sound effect. And like a lot of these I'm going to imagine aren't going to be found in like mainstream. Like these are going to be like weird, like one-offs. Like it's only been used once.
Yeah. Why do they put ads on the fucking pictures? I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I can't even see it. Hold on. How do I... you can't get rid of the ad. Like, you can click out of it, but the fucking block is still covering the picture. That's dog shit.
It just goes through a different ad.
There we go. I see ad-covered content, but... Oh, Jesus. Then it brought the ad back up again. And it's for a product I just bought. I don't need to buy it again. Stop seeing ad-covered content. We'll try not to show that ad again. Ad closed by Google, and then the ad closes, and then what happens? Is the ad going to close? I don't think it is. I think Google is just going to keep the ad up for infinity. So I'll try. You know what? Whatever.
Every picture has one.
That's wonderful. This is going to be a fun article. Fucking dickheads. Like, you know what? Fuck you, What Culture. And then the ad popped back up again. We're going to do our best. You could see at least the sound effect, but who is fighting here? It looks like a barbarian, like Conan.
I'm thinking Hercules, maybe? This might be...
It looks like Hercules.
Yeah, because
he's got a beard.
Because that guy in the corner kind of looks like a scroll.
Yeah, it's Hercules smashing a scroll with... I don't know what he hit him with. And the sound effect is... Nah-cuz-boom! N-A--cosboom. Nah-cuz-boom. I can get the cuz-boom, but what is with the nah? What makes the nah sound? Nah.
Maybe the wind-up? The wind-up, like, you know?
I don't think that's a good one. I don't like it. The next one, now this is a good one. Who's this feller?
I don't know who this guy is.
He has a cybernetic arm, and he's punching himself in the face with the cybernetic arm.
He has a handlebar mustache as well.
And I think he's Asian. And the sound effect is simply wok. W-O-K. Wok. That's good, but I feel like a more metallic sound would have been a little better for that.
Almost kind of like like an aluminum bat, gets a good connect on the ball.
I think a thunk would have been a better sound effect. That's my go-to sound effect when I have metal smacking something brunt, like something like a baseball bat or something. Thunk is like a bop on the head, not a bashing, a bop. Ooh, this one is good. Number 19. This I don't remember what's her name. Heavy Flow. That's the character's name. Her superpower is she has super periods. She has the feminist haircut and she's very, very large. So clearly a man wrote this comic.
Yeah.
But she is
heavy flowing
on a gentleman who and by the way, he's just saying simply glub.
So that's getting into his mouth.
Yeah, he is being blown away, and I will say it looks like ketchup. But the sound effects, which this is a gross one, Brappa-lorch. Brappa-lorch. So, yeah, why Brappa, though? That sounds like a fart noise. Like,
I mean...
Brappa-lorch. And the lorch is like that last bit squeezing out, I think. Ooh, like, somebody was sitting there thinking, if somebody was queefing, what would that sound like? Oh. I heard of this character before, and I remember thinking... Is that like a parody comic? That can't be. Hey, shout out to What Culture for not fucking naming the comics or the characters or anything. What a fucking minimalistic art. Like, what a way to do the least amount of effort in your article. If we stole this article, we would at least, because I'm sure they stole this off of somebody, we would at least have the source material. And we would have a link to the source material to buy it.
And no ads.
We also do not have ads on DPW. Maybe one day on the podcast, but that'd be as far as we go, folks. And that's only if you keep on listening. Hardcore. This next one, folks, is what I'm talking about. This is Batgirl hitting Clayface with a missile drop kick to the Clayface. And I feel like this, I guess it fits because he's in clay form.
Yeah.
And so he's all like slightly goopy, gelatinous while she's hitting him. And it's simply splooge. Now, I think splooge is kind of ruined. But back when this was written, splooge was still inoffensive, I believe. And what is her... Okay, I was going to say, I thought she said something snarky, but no.
Yeah. Well, I would say he makes like a burglary sound, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, the actual sound coming out of his mouth is B-L-U-H-G-G. And also, I feel like he can easily destroy her because he has a fucking battle axe for a hand right now.
Yeah.
Spiked on both ends. Number 17. This is a good one. Was that Loki hitting Thor with... It says safety zone, so I guess it's like a street sign. He's hitting him with a... Think of a stop sign. And it says... This is going to be a hard one to pronounce. Batang?
Yeah.
B-T-Y-A-N-N-G. Batang?
Batang?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It looks...
That's the...
Batang? That's the noise.
That's the aluminum baseball bat sound.
Yeah. Batang? You could put a P there as well. I think patang or batang is both adequate. The fuck was that? Dude. Oh, this is... Did they... Oh, they would have next page.
Next.
Wow, they're really pulling out all the stops with this article. I'm not gonna... In the show notes, I will not put this article because it's shit. This one I always laugh when it's in a comic. Because, again, a time period, it probably wasn't like bad, but they still use it. This is Daredevil, and is that Punisher?
Yeah. I would assume Punisher, yeah.
I'm not sure what Daredevil's doing. I guess his weapon, he just snapped or something.
His,
it like
the knife stick that like goes out that he uses to like swing around.
You have to whip your wrist to get it to elongate, right?
Yeah, and then I think he's probably bringing it back, and it was
right. And the sound is fap.
Yeah,
fap.
Have you ever heard anything go fap? Other than yourself, whenever the missus isn't home.
Fap. That is the sound of your hand slapping pelvis flesh. Fap. I guess that works. I guess if you're popping out a rod. Oh, there's a double one actually. Yeah. Covered by the ad is
Robin.
Robin catching an arrow I'm assuming he's catching the arrow, and it also says FAP as he catches it. I don't think that's a good one.
No.
Why would the arrow say FAP? Like, why would the FAP sound be when you're catching an arrow? I think it'd be more of some kind of sliding
I said
sound.
that would maybe like when you shot the arrow.
Yeah.
You could maybe flap would maybe be a...
If you really want to double up the FAP sound, this is a guy getting punched in the mouth by an invisible person because there's nobody there. It's just him getting punched in the mouth, it looks like. And it says FWAP. F-W-A-P. FWAP.
Yeah.
Almost same sound. The W, I feel like, does not add much. The classic, you could read this one. It's Batman uppercutting an old guy in the face. Do you know that old guy? Is it Clayface? Because his face is melted off where he punched him.
It kind of does. That's what I would think it looks like.
It has to be Clayface. And the sound effects he makes is... Go ahead, Spencer.
Well, why am I doing it?
I don't know, because you're a Batman guy.
Oh,
all right.
You're doing all of them.
Well, picture old school Batman punching an old man in the face, and it just says, sock. That's the classic Adam West Batman. Sock, pop, pow, right in the kisser. This one also would apply to that, I believe. Another old Batman one. He's getting punched in the face by what looks like a Go-Go Gadget fist. Who is that getting punched?
Guy Gardner, like the 4th Earth Green Lantern.
And he had a toupee?
No, bowl cut.
It's bad looking. Anyway, he's getting punched in the face by what looks like a Batman's fist, but nothing else. It might not be Batman. And it just says bonk.
Yeah, bonk's a classic.
Bonk's a good one.
On to the next page.
Now, this one, you would have to see the picture, but It is a gigantic Zeus-looking creature. It might be Zeus. I don't know what lady that is that's flying up. It's a picture of a towering Zeus-like character, always wearing is... Picture a loose-fitting kilt or a half robe that just covers the groin. And underneath is open access. And coming from below, in the classic Superman pose, is a lady in a unitard flying double-fisted towards his crotch. The second panel is him huffing and puffing very hard as he just got hit in the gonards. And the sound effect is Nuckrack. Nuhkrakk. That's a good one. Nuckrack. Yeah. Because you're nut cracking. And also, that might be the sound it would make if you hit a man's gigantic testicles. And why are his legs so green and dirty?
He looks like, I don't know, like maybe he's made out of clay or something. Or
earth?
Maybe, yeah.
Dirt? I don't know. I mean, he looks like Zeus. But I don't think that is
maybe like
Zeus.
A statue?
Yeah, again, the second panel I cannot fucking see because of the ad.
It even covers up the
word.
Yeah, the sound effect.
Fucking ass faces. This next one is also Thor. Is he getting hammered on the head with the gauntlet or something?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like the Infinity Gauntlet or something that's that color and brunt. And I don't understand this one, but it just says Karlstad. Karlstad, if you didn't know, is a city in Sweden. Okay, so he got hit by the sound effect that is of city in Sweden. Karlstad. That's a stupid one. Like, what metal object makes Karlstad?
Yeah.
Karlstad! Like, that's shitty. And it's written weird, too. You could barely see it because the letters aren't filled in. It's just outline of letters. So you could barely read it. Number 10 here is, again, Thor. And he is pounding... He has a tentacle wrapped around his arm of sorts. And he's punching the ground in the hero pose. And the sound that makes is... Ya-basta. Wow. Double Y-A-B-A-S-T-A. Yabasta? Ya-basta? What fucking... Again, that's a... It sounds like an English person saying bastard.
Yeah, right?
I don't like it. This is a good one. This is Nightcrawler when he's poofing into existence from the nether regions when he does his teleportation. And it's BAMF.
Yeah, BAMF. Classic.
BAMF. That's a classic one.
One of the all-time greats.
Yeah, B-A-M-F. BAMF. I don't know if that's how you'd say it. That's how I say it.
Yeah, BAMF.
BAMF. It's a good one. Next up on the list is, this is a good one. I like this. It's, symbiote Black Spider-Man jumping on, who's the fat guy?
Blob.
It's a Blob?
Yeah.
Why is he wearing a sumo onesie?
I mean, that's just kind of what
is that his go-to gear?
Kind of like if he's not in like full out, because you gotta show off how fucking fat he is.
You always do.
I mean, that's his power.
He looks like Fat Bastard in Austin Powers minus the hair and minus the beard or whatever fucking. I forget what Fat Bastard's face looked like. He's fat. But anyway, he's belly flopping on the ground with Spider-Man on his back, and the sound is splub. S-P-L-U-B-P. Splup. That's a good one. That sounds like fat smacking off of concrete. Splup. This is... Who are these fellers? I don't like the art here.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like a Nightcrawler type of character if he was obese and had a long blue ponytail. And I don't know who the other guy is.
Oh, what they're punching.
And they're punching a big mouth tongue thing that's scorching purple blood or an eyeball or something. And the sound is skoit. S-K-O-I-T-T. I guess the skoit is the eyeball coming out.
Maybe.
That makes you think of punching something gelatinous, so that kind of works. Again, folks, this is supposed to be weird sound, so they're all going to be winners. This one, again, is Thor. He has a lot of sound effects. And again, this time it's not a tentacle, it's a snake. He is choking a serpent with 2 fists while something is dropping on his head. I don't know what the fuck's hitting him in the head, but it's just...
it's not a good picture.
Yeah, all these pictures are cropped and look real shitty. But the sound effect of something, I'm assuming metal, landing on his head, and he's helmeted, so it's helmeted head, is Ektorp. E-K-T-O-R-P. Ektorp. Again, that's... Thor has really shitty sound effects in his comics. Is that just me?
I don't know, maybe it's because where he's from. It's
godly,
so he has weird sounds.
He's more sturdy. I wish they would have some Hulk sounds.
Really? Like, if anybody was to make some weird noises...
I will agree with the caption here. This does sound like something that would come from a Street Fighter character. Now, this is Hercules, and he has a club in his hand, and I don't know what's happening, but there's three different ladies just falling back out of the way. Like, he just burst 4 of them?
4, because there's one up in the corner.
Okay. So it looked like he just burst through like a fucking offensive lineman, or a defensive lineman breaking the line or something, and the sound effect that's stretched across the whole panel is brevorted, B-R-E-V 4 or 5 O's R-T-E-D, brevorted. What sound effect is that? If you broke through a group of ladies, and I don't know if that's even happening, maybe somebody blew them back, but that is a shitty sound effect. It's a good thing they made this fucking 21 comic pictures with a sound effect, like 10 different pages.
Yeah.
Again, Thor, but this is black hair, so this is some other Thor. Which Thor is this?
I don't know.
What Thor had black hair?
That could just be a mistake on the colors.
Maybe, because he has the hammer, so it's but his costume's different too, though. His costume's black with the red cape and the metal arms. And he's a blonde Hercules-looking dude. Who's that one? It might be Hercules. Anyway, this is actually a great one.
Oh, did you just get a huge, just normal big ad pop up in the middle of your thing too?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Thor twisting Hercules' nipples, and the sound, which I don't think would be the sound of nipple twisting, but it works. Nerp.
Yeah.
Nerp. Nerp. Like it sounds.
I wish it would make that sound. Nerp. Like every time you just said nerp.
Imagine how hard you would have to fucking twist a nipple for it to go nerp. Number 3 is again. Does this person just read fucking Thor comics?
He's a big Thor guy.
And again, it's the same comic because Thor, which looks like it's coming out of his fucking crotch now. It looks like he has a gigantic green dick as the snake, and he's backhanding.
You can tell the art.
Yeah, who is he backhanding?
Maybe some kind of version of Loki.
Maybe.
Because he's been an adult, he's been a kid, he's been a woman, and so...
well, anyway, he just backhanded the shit out of this kid, and it says, IKEA! Like the store with 2 A's. IKEA. Not a sound I would, even with a metal glove or a metal arm, when you backhand someone, I would think slap or flip or something, but not IKEA. There's a lot happening in this one. Who is this guy?
Sentry, maybe? Yeah, Sentry.
Sentry. He looks like One Punch Man with long blonde hair.
He's like Marvel's recent really cheap attempt at Superman.
He's terrible. And he's blowing up, double fisting in the chest.
Hulk?
I don't know. It looks like he's punching the Hulk in the chest, and it's like so powerful that the Hulk looked like an atomic bomb blew up on him. And the sound effect... The sound effect that is stretched all the way across and almost unreadable because of the fucking letters is VJJJWOMMMWWWB. That sounds electronic.
The only way I could give that a little bit of lean is because, like, whatever that sound that would... basically Superman punching the Hulk so hard that there's, like, an explosion.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't understand what that would sound. So, like, that
would be like an atomic bomb times 20. So,
yeah.
I can live with that. And again, his attack looked almost... It's a blast, so I can live with that. Number one here... This might be my all-time favorite on this list, is Captain America smacking a helmeted... It kind of looks like a Darkseid guy with a helmet. I can't tell what his face looks like. But he's getting hit in the face with Captain America's shield, and the sound is wank.
Yeah.
Which works for a metal sound.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hilarious word, but as far as, like, a metal sound, anything that ends in, like, ank or unk or any kind of... Like, that works. Let me go back to the original thing I looked up, because I figured this wouldn't be too long. It's 37 minutes. Let's see if we can find... I'm just going to look at a picture of normal sound effects if you folks want to add some sound effects to your stories. You can always go with the...
Real quick, get it. My favorite...
Your favorite sound.
My favorite all-time comic book sound is thwip.
I do like me some thwip.
Thwip, the sound...
Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man, yeah, thwip.
Also, the Wolverine sound.
Yeah.
The shank.
Yep.
That's a classic. If you want some random sounds for your stories... Goddamn fucking phone. Here's a quick list. Roar, bang, bam, smash, super bam, wow, oh my... OMG. That's
Super bam? Super bam was really one?
Yeah. Super, and then bam.
Oh, okay.
Not super bam as one.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me find some better ones. Crunch is a good one. Crack, splat, vroom, zap, wham, zap, swash, zap, pow. Why'd they put zap so many times? Clang's a good one. I like clang.
Yeah. Quantum and Woody, clang.
These are the sounds that I often use in my stories. Thump, thud, clang, sometimes clump. Crack's a good one. Clang's the one I should use more for my sword stories.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like thunk is one I like. Thwump is a good one. A lot, like more common ones. I don't like to get too creative, but like I said, the splort kind of sounds like when you're pulling. Like I need to work on that. The sounds of pulling like weapons out of bodies.
Yeah, I'll say I don't.
Dwarf is a good one.
I don't really do a lot of sound effects.
I sprinkle mine in lightly.
Yeah, I think I do like I more describe the sound.
More often than not, I'll do like he fell with a thud or a crunch or a crack or something like that. But since I'm writing the adventure story, I am gonna make a point to at least once a story, just throw in a clang and a crunch and like that's the only sentence. It's just no punctuation, nothing, just the word. So you get the ooh, because I do want a slight comic feel to the stories. Because they're fun pulp stories. Yeah. They should be like that. Anyway, folks, me and the Spencer and the I, we are going to be reading The Big Sleep by, what's his name, Chandler?
I don't know. You're the one telling me this was your book. This was your idea.
I thought you knew all about this book.
I mean, I know the name. That always sounds familiar, and they always bring that up in those kind of stories. But like, I've never, You've done the noir research and like
I have not done the noir research. I just looked up the top noir books and this was number one, so I just picked it up. Raymond Chandler, by the way, and that is 1939. Anyway, I'm in the midst of Moby Dick, so that could take anywhere from another week to a month to finish that fucking book. I don't know. What are you reading? I'll ask in a minute. Spencer's reading stuff. But once I, more importantly, get done with the book I'm reading, we will get on to The Big Sleep, and we're just going to do a book of the month with that, and we'll cover it.
Because it's a smaller...
Yeah, it's a quick read. It's an old pulpy style. So if you folks want to get on some noir action, pick up The Big Sleep, and you can read it and, discuss it with us without being here, I guess.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to get, like, a chat set up on here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I wish we could do live episodes, like... Not on YouTube. I wish you could do podcasts live and have people like be able to like. I guess you could on Twitch.
Well, have you did you listen to the newest Dead Robots Society episode?
I have not. They do live on YouTube, which I've been on. Okay. I've been there for those.
I was gonna say, because like the last episode they did was like a live thing, and like they said while everything's going on, they're gonna be doing like a free like live thing instead of, because it was just like a Patreon thing. I think,
when I was a Patreon, I used to watch their live episodes, and you can comment and stuff. The only problem is, and I get it, because when you're talking to people, it's kind of hard to keep focused on whoever's right, like, to entertain them unless you do a Q&A. But I would like to do, if we ever do in the future, when we get some, either a bigger audience or some smarts knocked into us and we know what we're doing better, is to do kind of like a live bookcast where we go over we normally do, but then have the fans be able to chime in.
And like always, if you guys ever have any questions or a comment about something we brought up or whatever,
let us know.
Yeah, shoot us an email or message us on one of the social medias that are out there or whatever,
Which would be Drunk Pen Writing on Twitter, Drunken Pen Writing on Facebook and Instagram, and www.drunkenpenwriting.com, where you can find our contact page, which goes to our email, which is also the same name /Gmail.
Yep. Because if nothing else, we're always looking for content for things, and that will take a couple minutes of reading your stuff.
Yes, and I do feel bad because that one guy wanted to do an erotica episode with us, and I have not got to that yet. Because I don't want to cover erotica, really. Yeah. The problem is, me and Spencer, we did not write the erotic fiction, so...
Or read it either. It'd be one thing if we read it and we'd have some knowledge, but I have no... The only thing I know...
I feel like we'd be shitting on it more than anything, and I don't want to do that with the guest.
What I know about erotica is from a terrible panel that we saw years ago.
Terrible way to judge.
Yeah.
Also, we have gotten some recent story submissions and stuff. We are not currently actually open for submissions, but if you do send them, we will read them and probably publish them if they're good.
Yeah.
So I guess by saying we're not open, I'm more referring to how we do our Halloween period.
We're not
this is we're not gonna if we say we're gonna publish your story, we're not gonna be right on it. Yeah. We're just we'll publish it when we get to it.
We're not actively looking for anything.
Yeah, but if you think you have something we would like, feel free to contact us, and I'll let you know with the synopsis and stuff, and I'll let you know if it's a fit. Flash fiction, especially. Generally, as long as it's not bad, we'll publish it, just because flash fiction is something that, they're very short.
Yeah.
Short stories are a little different because that's actually time consuming to read. So short stories up to 5,000 words. And most of the people that have submitted the short stories recently are previous submitters, because I tell anybody we publish, and if you've been published by us, I tell you, feel free to publish or, send us again, and we don't have to go through the whole introductory thing. I already know I like your work, so there's not really the vetting stage so much. But if you're new to the site, again, we're not very critical, and usually I do my best to give some feedback, whether we accept it or not. I'm not a beta reader. If it's something that I only have so much time, so if I can't get past the first, 3 paragraphs without seeing multiple things, I'll tell you to, hey, take another look at it. But I will give you helpful information if I can. So will Spencer if he reads it. Yeah. And Ashley I've sent work to as well, and he gives his feedback. So, yeah. So, if you folks, like I said, it's get your work out there. We throw some cool pictures on there, and we'll get a good bit of people reading your work. The site views have been... They're up and down because it depends on how much we're publishing, but the podcast views just keep going up and up and up.
That's
so
good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we switch more to focusing on the podcast, but with the winter and then the way things have been going, we did definitely take a break, but we are ramping back up the site again.
And it kind of makes sense with us both working on larger, bigger works. It makes it harder to come up with something for the website. But I mean, we're getting better. I had something that was on a couple weeks ago. We got something that's going to be on the
story going to be on Monday.
Yeah, so
and like I said, I'm sitting on 2 stories now. I'm going to publish probably one tomorrow and one next week. I wanted to space them out a little bit, and those are from non-affiliated DPW writers. They're just some people that submitted. I like their work. Shout out to Leroy, because we published him before, and I like his stories. He has a very interesting story he submitted. It's about a guy called he's what do you call those? A slip and fall artist. And his story is about this guy who found out, remember when Stormy Daniels said Trump sent some guys to threaten her? Well, his story is about the slip and fall artist. He's going to pretend he was the guy that threatened her because she didn't really know. Like, they never caught him, and she know. And he's going to turn himself in, and then that way, because there's a reward, like $1 million or something. That way, his girlfriend could cash in on the money. It's a pretty funny story. And shout out to Leroy, because I don't know if he meant to or not, but he sent me a picture of him holding a wild fucking rattlesnake. Yeah, because I think he lives in Mexico most of the year or something. He's retired.
Maybe that was his subtle, hey, you better publish a story.
I already accepted it before he sent me that. But he didn't. There was no explanation. Just him holding it. I'll show you. That's pretty funny. But again, shout out to Mr. Leroy. I think his last, that one story we published, it was something about the Bojacks, which was a really cool story. I think that was his. If not, I apologize, because that story was really good. Anyway, yeah, we don't have anything else. But like Spencer was saying, because we're working on bigger work, not just for the DPW anthology, but I've been working on those Avenger stories I want to get published. And I would like to get my name out there a little more. And hopefully, Spencer, you start getting your name out there soon, too, like with different magazines and stuff. So we can also bring in more people because they'll enjoy our work beyond the DPW. Yeah. And then they'll come to DPW. And then they'll stay for DPW. Because we're not, we like to do the work, but we don't want to work so goddamn hard to make a gigantic brand here. Yeah. The podcast is fun, but some aspects, constantly writing stories for the site for free. Yeah. For people to read for free. That's, can only get so far doing that. But anyway, check us out and submit and all that stuff. And stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
Be good.
Wash your ass. And if you can, try not to murder.